Hey, how's it going? This is Rock, coming to you with another VOD review. This one here from a newly formed team. Same team, new team, but newly formed team. Surely we scale. This was a scrim that happened between them and the Protectors of Ur, with featuring Hoku and all of them. But today I'm reviewing the blue team. They asked for a VOD review on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I said as we sit down and look into their view, like as always, I like to start off with what exactly is our win condition? What are the enemy team's win condition? What's the threats? What are we worried about? And what exactly do we do well? And what do we do poorly at? So, one of the first things that I always review when I look at Tomb of the Spider Queen is wave clear. Wave clear is king. If you have enough wave clear, you don't actually need to win an objective. You can just clear the objective. And so the objective's only strong if it's alive. So we have two pretty good wave clear heroes, especially if Hanzo goes Q4. Jaina has lots of wave clear. Hanzo can bring lots of wave clear. The red team, their wave clear is actually a little bit worse. Maiev has good wave clear, but that's one of those things where it's like she can do a wave. She doesn't just drop it and walk away, or can clear it safely without taking damage. So any turn-ins that you guys get is going to be way more impactful just because of their already innate lack of wave clear. Um, Early on, we're going to have to play a little passive. We have Baby Diablo till 7, so we really don't want to be engaging until 7, no matter which build you go. And then when we look at their team, all of their buttons are active early, right? Maiev is active at level 1. Anubrak is active at level 1. Vala's going AA build here, and so it potentially has some stacks. I feel like that's a little risky playing in Diablo going AA, but maybe confidence with the Anduin. So big picture, I would say that early game is gonna you have a rotational advantage, you have a wave clear advantage. So use your vision tools to make sure we don't get engaged on pre-7. Then post-7, you guys can start looking for fights, and you should be able to burst and blow up almost anyone on their team. Dahaka might be hard for you to burst and kill. Anubrak is talenting into spell armor, so it might be harder to kill him, specifically with Jaina. But overall, I like what you guys have drafted. Um, the the one thing, there's two main threats, right? So sorry. So our blue team's win condition. When I look at this, this is an all-in win condition. So we're not pick because we do not instantly burst kill things. Yes, we have Jaina, and yes, we have Hanzo, but we're not necessarily bursting things off of a flip, right? Like if we had one more stun, we could probably make a pick work. But since we have white main, we're not playing pick. So since we're playing all in, we probably don't want to force too many fights pre-10 to when our all in comes online. Between either APOC or Lightning Breath, Arrow, Twin Dragons, Ring, all of those buttons are really needed to ensure that we have a good fight. The red team, on the other hand, wants to fight you all the time, right? Maiev wants to get those Q resets, wants to see you clumped, and wants to be diving the back line, especially since Hanzo doesn't want to get dive in the back line. Vala wants to brawl, especially going AA, so she wants to be constantly auto-attacking that front line. Anduin's got pulls for safety, and Anubrak has got dig and stuns. So your big threat to watch out for is digging and engages from over the wall out of vision, because both Maiev and Anubrak can do that. So if you're able to dodge those two things, you guys have enough vision control that you should be able to get to 7, and then you can start looking for kills and controlling the turn-ins. Camping-wise, they're a little bit better on camping. Maya didn't take the talent. Okay. Yeah, they're still a little bit better just because Vala versus Hanzo. But yeah, that's okay. I don't think camping is going to really make a change on this. So let's just see kind of how you guys decided to play this one and roll out through it.
So you may have said it.
Go ahead,
What are
Raven.
your thoughts on the what are your thoughts on the offline matchup?
Hello, what happened?
Hey, hello, welcome, welcome. I had
Hello,
started
hello.
blobbing before you guys had gotten there, and so it'll be on the VOD review. But so offlane matchup. I personally have no problem with Thrall on this map, just because you need to usually only just hold your lane, and you all have vision control, right? Like you have arrow. So between Sonic Arrow and Diablo Fire Stomps, you should be able to have visibility to where if they're ganking you or not. And did you go? Is that Lifesteal one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, yeah. So if you should be able to put some damage on him. He shouldn't let you hit him, right? You might be in a spot where you're gonna have to freeze the lane, or at least tank the lane, right? So like that first wave, if he lets you, if he speed clears it, you can then try and hold them kind of right here, and then
Right.
don't let the towers shoot the back ranged minions, but just kind of hold them here, and then play the rest of the game here, and then you can QAA try and chunk out Dahaka. Like I said, the biggest threat I mentioned earlier when we were starting to load into this was that they have a lot of opportunities to climb over walls or engage over walls, and so that's going to be something to watch out for. So whether it be Maev or a new Barak, there's a lot of potential for coming over the walls. Let's go just normal for a sec. So um, the one thing I was saying earlier for memes is that we really don't want to take any fights pre-7. And so if we can just stay on top of our rotational stuff and get our clear done, well, I guess if Arcane wants to feed, okay, that's fine. So, just in general, like I said, I'm like Diablo doesn't have any of his sustainability or his damage talents till 7, and so you don't normally want to take a ton of fights early. But your guys' wave clear advantage will hopefully be able to get opportunities. See, this is aggressive. I don't like this. Like, you guys have the wave clear advantage, and so the question becomes: is there something that we can do that's worth fighting for? Because like this one here, Maev goes past the imaginary 50-foot line.
The halfway. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's no reason for her to really be this far forward, right? Even if she has her cheeky teleport thing, which she doesn't, it's on cooldown, or maybe it's already thrown, and have an Anduin pull, but like there's really no reason for Arcane to be here, and gets punished for it. Oh, it was
Sorry,
already
guys,
out.
is it actually 10 seconds on cooldown? That's nuts of her to be there.
Huh? No, when she threw it, so she threw it backwards. I saw it
Okay,
there.
so she had sent it. Okay, I was like, there's no way she's playing.
Yeah, you can see, like I said, it returns right here. So you can see that it was coming back. So she was planning on like trying to get a W stack or something because she's W build on one. So
Say that's not how you would otherwise play it.
The
no,
numbers at the top are talents.
correct. So you've got the timers here in this one, and then the talents up here. So, but yeah, so you guys are gonna all game will have a wave clear advantage over them, just because Vala can't clear by herself, and Maev, what I was talking about earlier, she can, but she doesn't really want to be clearing it in lane, right? She wants to like throw out her shade when the things are nice and lined up, similar to how like Rexar throws his bird and hits the whole wave. She wants to shade the whole wave, W the wave, Q the wave, and then 3 auto attacks. So she can clear it fairly quickly, but if she just did all of that and you guys are in range, she's going to die. So their wave clear really is poor. And so, like I said, I might just have to drill into Bristol that we don't engage pre-7. Like it's really tough to get used to not doing it, but like it's a pain. Like if you're a different tank, right? Like if there's yeah, because like what we did there, we just gave Vala tons of stacks, and now our wave clear advantage is gone because the Nubra or the Haka has now come middle, right, where we would have had an advantage. So this would have we could have potentially killed Dahaka, who's past the 50-yard line on our side, instead of diving for a Vala in front of the gate. So
Makes sense.
let's see here. So arrow needs to go out on cooldown. Okay, you check there. That's fine. We don't see anyone. We still need arrow out.
I feel like with this comp, also, we're like not a pick comp this time.
Correct.
Like, so we don't have a secondary CC at all.
That is correct.
Like the healer doesn't have anything.
Yep. And so in this particular comp, I was identifying you guys at the start as all in. So you guys effectively don't come online till 10. So not that you can't get kills before 10, but you're going to have to rely on landing every single ability or them being out of position. And I just saw that Hanzo's W build, which is fine. I don't have a problem with W build. I was just saying like that changes how potentially your engages want to work. there's a lot of angles on this map, which is good, but it's also painful because that means you want to be fighting in these chokes or in these walls where we can get the advantage or off of these open surfaces. So even this engage that he took up here into the wall here doesn't help your Hanzo do damage since it's like later, but just little things.
So I've been telling him that W build is kind of the default because Hanzo's a character I play a ton of.
Mm-hmm.
Under what circumstances, like if you wanted to run a pick comp, would you just go
Mhm.
cube him?
I don't think Hanzo's build changed whether you're pick or not. Pick is going to
Right,
come
okay.
down from the other heroes in your team. The main reason I would look at W or Q is going to come down to safety needed for Hanzo and am I the camper? Because if I'm the camper, I definitely want W build, like camper plus boss, right? Like this has a boss on the map, so being W build does help you burn bosses faster. But yeah, I don't think the build necessarily matters on Q or W. It just changes on who does what job. Because if you're Q, like specifically Q4, then you guys can instantly delete a wave with a blizzard and a Q, right? And you don't even have to be present. You can be like in the bush and throw all your stuff and the wave's deleted. So it just depends on how you want to play it. We'll be fine there.
Should I queue there? Like I get the free slam on my Ev, but I also kind of int my positioning.
I wouldn't engage until 7 unless they're truly like the first one you got here on my Ev when she was past the 50-yard line and was on her wallbang already. Great. But like the Jaina Blizzard had already been placed, so we don't really have the follow-up CC to keep them in the Blizzard long enough to engage. And so I said, I'm like, this Vala is going to be doing it all game. That's what Death Knight likes to do, is to play ballsy. So good, keep the vision up. So right now, okay, so we see them. I was just saying, like, we don't see anyone after the Anubarak. We might need to make sure that we're letting Raven know when they're coming bottom. Because, like, he should be able to bully. Like, we're looking for kills already. This is wrong. So,
Yeah.
if you live, White Mane is God. Yep.
I should die there.
Yeah. I said, and then Dark Knight came up. So if they would have timed that a little bit better, right, then you've got another one there too. So we still managed to hit 4s first. I'm going to quickly look at how we got there, because I want to say it's actually from our XP there. So we have minions up on them, and it's literally just like these 4 minions middle here, right? So like any advantage that we had in our wave clear, we've effectively not used. We've been trying to force fights when we have the waves cleared versus continuing to keep them staggered. Because, like, Maev wants to fight and get resets. Vala wants to stack on you, right? So if we can avoid giving these two what they want, they're going to be a lot sadder, as well as we can potentially catch them with using our vision for rotational picks. Even if it's rotational on Dahaka, this isn't usually ideal, but Raven's the lane bully. Raven's going to be sitting here punching Dahaka anyway, right? Like, Raven never really wants to leave this lane just because he can't double soak. So if you're able to even just come and help him every now and then, that'd be sweet. So we ran to get to the globes. Jaina didn't get her globes. Bad Jaina. Make sure you guys are working together to get your globes.
Sad Jaina, not bad Jaina.
To get the gloves because they're both about to expire.
No, you got them. Jaina was turning in though.
I just need to be closer.
So again, right here. So like you guys, you got your gems. So this should be an instant deletion. We have vision control. You get your globe and you're out. Oh, you got scared. That's okay. So now, once again, see, like, we're going to be ahead. So now that we're ahead, let's go do something. Let's go top. Let's go bottom. See, Dark Knight came up. Because you guys are ahead, Dark Knight's having to rotate up here to keep them in pressure. So I don't know if Raven's calling every time Dahaka's missing. It's kind of hard. He's speedy Dahaka on this map, so it's a little bit more difficult. But yeah, Jaina's on the wave up here. Get your globes, get your stuff. Oh. Okay. I was like, you really shouldn't be able to kill a Nubrak unless a Nubrak gives positioning there. I can pick on Hoku. I'll go get a beer with her in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, you're gonna see her? Nice.
Yeah. She owes me beers for when we beat CCS. So. Let's see. Like, you guys are honestly doing great here. So you still went Q4. Okay. Yeah, so like, which,
That's That's probably the build I said he should probably go for.
I feel like WQW rocks.
Yeah, WQW.
No, WQW's
on
fine.
maps where-
Yeah, because you're not main camper, right? Like it's like sure you could use it on Cursed Hollow to help with your boss clear, but this is, yeah, perfect. I'm good with that.
Then I consider Q4 superior to clearing the objective too.
Yep,
Mild.
I agree. You have way more ability to clear. Yep, you got D out. You died for it though. Oh, nope. Okay, so let's back up. Yes, we got tongued, but the question is why did we stay? Because like, right? Like we almost finished the wave. We can dismount, right? This is fine. Like using Fire Stomp to dismount and gain vision. Like we're positioning here, like we're trying to get a pick or a gank, but like we don't have the composition for it, right? Like if we're looking for that pick or that gank, yeah. So now we've got this weird dynamic where it's like it's not safe for us to get the wave now, so we're running away, while we're trying to step up to get the gems. So we're gonna leave ourselves in a catch-22, and then with the waves cleared it right now at this point. So like we don't technically have to be here any longer. Yes, we missed the globe and 2 gems, but we don't have to be here. And so us overextending. Oh, that was a good dig. I didn't realize he dug in and got it. Wow, good call from them. So okay, yeah, it's just us kind of staying too long and them playing pretty well. Like calling out a dig like that is pretty powerful. Nice return. Good juke. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. So now that we're 7, so it's like we should be able. Wait a minute, you took Spell Shield?
Yes.
What's
I'm
the
not sure
spell
what
damage you're worried about?
Might have Qs as well as like Vala. She goes auto attack though, but like Q and W. Like
It's
if you
usually
see-
the default just because of the sheer amount of spell damage that exists in general.
I was just thinking about your on Tomb of the Spider Queen. You end up picking up a lot more globe talents just because you're constantly in
you have,
waves,
like,
and you're
and with
also
how
trying
much
to get
wave clear we have.
Yeah, and you're also trying to pick up globes for Jaina, which Jaina only has 8 globes. So I continue to say shame on Jaina, or maybe shame on Diablo, whoever's not
Yeah, it
picking
might
them up.
be Diablo greedy.
But either way, so but
But
right here,
would you
right here,
consider-
right here.
Would you consider staying more healthy in lane, more
Sorry.
important than trying to survive burst if they're not a heavy ability damage team?
For Tomb of the Spider Queen specifically, yes, because like right, you get one button to use, and so like being able to 100% shut down Jaina or a Pyroblast, like right, like there's so many telegraphed spell damage things that you can negate 70%, 80% of the damage done to you. Beautiful. So I'd say like taking it because like you're playing some of the garbage maps that are way too big, like Cursed Hollow. I would not take the globe on Cursed Hollow, just or Devil's Due, because you're not going to do anything with it. It's just dead. But like if you specifically have a reason to take it, take it. If you don't, and you know you're going to be going for globes and chasing globes, definitely taking that. Was it Feast on Fear? Would be pretty big. So unfortunately, we misplayed our early game. Like our heavy amount of wave clear advantage, we just tried fighting too much. And so yes, we're still up. Again, if we look and see where we're up, say it's like it's in our mercs, our minions, right? Right. It's like so we're definitely staying on top of our soak, right? Like Dahak has had to dig up a few times to try and help cover. Raven's got free XP down there, pretty much almost a perfect wave. So we're ahead because of our XP. Let's just play that way, right? Like it's like if we don't force fights, we don't give them the positioning that they want to get this early turn in. Not that early turn ins are the greatest thing in the world, right? Like ideally you'd love to get a double turn in or a turn in with 10s to be able to push your advantage. But we have so much vision control and wave clear that they shouldn't be able to sneak this, right? Like we've got Hanzo for lots of poke. We've got fire stomps. We should really be able to stop them from getting free turn-ins. Uh-oh. Yeah, you'll be fine. That's a decent counter engage to try and peel for our friends, right? They went past the 50, so we engaged. It's looking good. Wave clear. We split 4 top. That was a good cleanse. Whoop! What? Where are we running? All of our monies! All of our monies. Might just need to communicate where the exit is there. Because you've got So we step up for the kill, right? It didn't happen. So since it didn't happen, so it's like right, we're backing up because without Blizzard, Jaina isn't a hero. So we get our wave clear. Yeah, we just hang out just a little bit too long.
Can't eat that CC.
Yep. And then,
Good cleanse.
yeah, I was like, if you call cleanse, right? Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
Faye called it or not, but
I
like,
probably walk towards tether here, right?
if you just break it, the
Yeah,
cleanse is working. You just break it, but
Yeah,
since
yeah.
and then
No,
you.
No, I mean, but I couldn't. I thought I got pulled actually after the
Mhm.
expired, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's okay.
Too bad. I just can't eat
There's
the
also
noob
this-
CC.
Mhm.
There's also this positioning, like you
Yeah.
you are alone in the bush and they know you're there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
Oh,
just
that was
grieved for the
close.
Wave clear way too long. Just
Yep.
in the overstay.
Yep, I said I'm like, just drop your blizzard and walk away, right? Like, there's nothing to fight for, nothing to do there.
Yeah,
So-
like, Jaina shouldn't be collecting gems. Like I shouldn't be collecting gems.
Mhm,
So I
mhm.
just overstay.
And then this is what's really hard. So like, if you guys had all of your people up, right? Like, this lane is gonna be neutral or damaged because Dahaka's staying here. But because we lost Jaina, we lost, probably 60% of our wave clear, which meant that we can't save both. Right? So it's like, so our it's so sad to see that, like, normally this first web weaver gets like a couple walls, but getting that first fort, especially the middle one, like, I know everyone talks about this, the boss one's the most important, but
No,
this
it's the
one here
middle.
gives you the sustain
Yeah.
for being
Chunky
able to
middle,
fight those
yeah.
two.
And vision and yeah, everything. It's
Yeah.
really big.
So,
Well, this is where I was also struggling with my thrall pick, cause like I can't do anything about split push.
nope.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it probably just needs to be the 4-man can't lose people here.
I said if we don't, if we,
probably lose some walls, but we don't lose everything here.
mm-hmm. So, we rotate up to them. Can we punish? That's a good pull. It's on the right target. Oh, and then the
Down
dig.
people.
Did he dig back up, or was he already here? Because if he was already here, we engaged 4v5. Trying to listen for it and see if he's there. Ah, I'll just cheat. I'll use everyone vision. So yeah, he was already, he did dig. No, no, just speedy Haka. Dang. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yep. As I said, I'm like, I feel the desire for wanting to get something, right? Like, they're clearly overextended. We want to punish them. But, like, it's really hard to get that punish when it's like, when we're not able to get our stuff. So, yeah.
Oh my god, the root. Maya's eating us there too.
Yeah. So this is where, kind of like you mentioned right at the beginning, either you or Raven mentioned, like, we're not exactly a pick comp. And you kind of can see right there why we're not a pick comp. Right? Like, if you, let's pretend for a second, the same engage that you did, it can still be Diablo. So it's like, just imagine you have Tyrande.
Or Anduin root.
Or Anduin, right? Yeah, just like you flip, the CC lands, and then the Blizzard.
Jaina has root. Like in the late game, I think it goes better because I have root and because we still
Yeah.
play like pick.
Mhm.
Post 10, if we have arrow and then ring on this, we probably kill more. Even
Which-
with the delay on throw, but
Exactly, which is why, like, I know I was kind of talking to Raven earlier about why I think you're all in, is it switches from pick to all in when your team is reliant on those big cooldown ultimates to be able to actually make plays happen. That's where it kind of switches, because usually when you talk about pick, you're able to just show up, someone's dead, right? Like Varian, Leeming, crap, right? Like someone just instantly blows them up. So the other thing is Tie-Dye didn't actually have Blizzard when we walked up here. So we might want to be communicating
Rip.
our Blizzard, because right
Yeah.
here it gets used on the clear.
Yeah.
And
like,
so
you
we
gotta
didn't-
do that.
Yep, and no, clearing's fine. Just as that means that we can't engage without it, right? Like we go back down again. But I think I saw
should
very
we
briefly.
rotate here
to go mid.
to go mid. Yeah.
Mid's lost, right? Like Thrall's already here. It was already gone. You're gonna lose the wall or part of your wall already, right? Like
We can
Thrall.
just stay top.
So if you
It was-
think
it
that
was
they're
a pretty large wave when they rotated down.
did they? Let me go back. Because I'm like, if Thrall, I'm like, I know Thrall's clear isn't great, but like, so it's like it's already gone. You've got
He was trying to
two
mitigate
waves.
damage on the wall.
no, yeah, coming down's good. I think you give top, as much as it sucks. Like you
Yeah.
just you have to pick one, and just this is it's what slows the bleeding the least, and losing the building sucks, but this is XP as well. So getting this at least gets us XP from the minions and gets us gems. It puts us in the right direction instead of holding here and then, it's like we hold 2 here and then Dahaka and I don't know, Maiev can come middle. I know Maev's top, but like Dahaka and someone else that has mobility can come middle and stop Thrall from clearing safely. So I think coming down and clearing's fine. But yeah, I think on that engage, as soon as you went in, yeah, we had Blizzard was still on cooldown for 5 seconds when you engage there. So it's part of the burst didn't happen. Okay.
I can calm Blizzard down better. It's definitely one of the things I'm like I could think about more with, especially with Jaina.
It's really hard. Like I don't know. I feel like I end up being just a giant bot yelling about blizzards when I play Jaina. Like I'm also a tank, so I'm always calling out my cooldowns. That was a great route, by the way. Okay, so at this point, we're down 10s. We have gems. They don't, right? So as we're recovering, right? Unfortunately, if they go boss right now, we can't do anything, right? I don't know if they will. They have AA Vala, so they could. So if they go boss, we're stuck. There's not a lot we can do. They have 10s. That's probably the biggest advantage that they can push on the map right now.
So
Right.
if we live under the assumption that they're going to boss,
Yep.
do
So
we hold turn in, or do we?
my first goal would be 10s and this camp, because this camp is going to helpfully alleviate pressure if they're on boss. Right? If they go to their camp, then we're even. Then the camps at least are meeting. If they aren't on boss for some reason and they are here, right? Then like the 2 camps are pushing, we'll have 10s and then we can play for turn-ins. But if they're boss, we can't engage. We want 10s. Yeah, I like this right now because we don't have a sieging comp. It's not like you can run down here and go hit a building or something. So, yeah, we're getting the camp. Dahaka showed. Yeah, they've been gone for way too long. They have to be on boss. Oh no! What? What on earth did they just do for the last 2 minutes? Oh my
I was
gosh.
very confused about my getting engaged on here.
Yep. Well, you got 41 gems. Let's turn. Oh no! Oh my gosh. That was. What happened?
I think if I have Abark, this is better.
Well, okay. So on that topic, if you want to pause, alt. So I went into this with the intent to pick Earthquake, and I did not.
Okay. Okay.
If I take Sunder, which
Mhm.
I feel is the suboptimal option here,
Mm-hmm.
if he takes APOC instead of Lightning Breath, is that a better combination of counter engage?
What's Hanzo taking here? Is it Twin Dragons or is it Stun?
Harrow. We built this with the intent for it to be a wombo.
Okay.
And then didn't do it.
So, and that means Jaina's going ring, right?
Right.
Yeah. So this is, oh man. So if you're specifically going to play off of, we'll call it Arrow APOC, and ring is gravy. You do have a great chance of messing up your team with your ult that way. But
Sunder, right.
but you could also play it as a finisher. And it like, you know what I mean? Because once it's casted, like it's not quote unquote instant, but it's uninterruptible. So you could throw it as like a finisher, or you could use it as part of your peel. So I don't think picking it's an automatic red card or anything, but it's definitely, it comes down to a much harder usage versus exactly what you were saying. Oh, there's a cage here. You're in an earthquake. Like you.
I'm not worried about my usage. Like I'm good at holding it. My question was more so, does Lightning Breath Thunder accomplish anything into their engage versus either of us taking a different ult if the other one stays the same?
So there is a tech that Lightning Breath is really good into a Nubarak, but you have to be used to doing it. Well, obviously you're not cocooned. So it's like, but also, a Nubarak has one of the weirdest tank problems. He actually does not live when he engages. Like anytime a Nubarak goes in, either he dies or the target he goes on dies. So if you see a Nubarak engaging, you can just fire breath. He can't leave. He's stuck there with you. So kind of like, so you can use it as counter engage if you wanted to, but like the rest of your team's not set up for it, right? Like we're not doing any silly wombos or things that would fit with Lightning Breath. It's not like you have a Phoenix or something on your team or something where we can take advantage of the slow. So if you were really worried about like I get cocooned, my team dies, right? Then yes, take Flame Breath so that way you don't get cocooned. Outside of that, I think what you said, your arrow into APOC combo will be strong. So.
And then the other question is, Jaina, Finn automatically took Ring under the assumption that we were taking the Wombo option.
Yeah.
So does he take Wilder Element instead here with what we currently have?
Because we don't have APOC, it should have been Welly. He could have been Zavala too.
Oh, you didn't pick APOC. Oh.
I was like, I didn't feel comfortable with APOC here.
That's fine.
I'm much more comfortable with Lightning Breath.
No, that's good. So if you're planning on Lightning Breath and Stun Arrow, so Welly is kind of a survivability dueling talent. And so the question, the question I was gonna say is, who are you going to be either dueling solo or dueling for your own survivability, right? So if you think that this Vala v, Jaina matchup is gonna happen, great. If it's even Vala v Maev, you're right, that can work, because then you're using it as kind of your own safety net, and then Stun Arrow. I really, man, a good Stun Arrow just wins games. I have a hard time.
Like, I thought we were doing APOC arrow. Ring.
Yep. It into Maev. Something to always think about is what does she pick at 10? Because if she goes Cage, you can just go Pretzel Dragons or whatever you want to call it. And it's like and then they're sad. So Raven, obviously, they're trying to gank Great. I have no idea what they just did for the last 20 seconds. But like I say, but Raven obviously is getting engaged on here because he's got 40-something gems, right? They want to get the gems. So we blew the first stun, which is fine. So now when we're running in, I know everyone's got full adrenaline going here. Save him, save him, save him. First question, where's Arrow?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, like, even if
I think what we need to work on, like just generally, this is just my thought. We need to rip engages more confidently and more quickly. We just need to rip them.
If it happens, like I said, like if the arrow lands and it's money, great. If it hits only one target, okay. If it flails, whatever. Like we have abilities to land, and we can make it work. Because from where you were standing, like obviously the best arrows to shoot are from out of vision and hopefully not perpendicular. Right, like you don't want to shoot them like this way.
I'm running away,
yeah. It's like, but like from that angle here, right? Like not from the camp right away, but like as soon as Raven says, "Oh crap, there's 3," right? Like I would be firing that arrow right here. Even if you only hit Dahaka, right? If you guys are planning on going in to save him, like just hit something, because the damage and the stun is based on that distance. Right? So it's like, so if you're able to hit it, perfect. Now they're stunned longer. We can get in range. We have, quote unquote, our APOC, but like at least, something that's able to turn. Because like Raven actually gets quite a bit of damage out on Dark Knight and Hoku are both crying right now.
Am I coming in with Ring? I have Ring up too. So it would have been like, it could have been a huge wombo.
Yep. And so then here.
I don't think I ever realized that Arrow never came out during this engagement either.
That's a.
I think
we
that'll
just default
like
to
that.
passive. I think when we're unsure, we just default to like back foot.
Cam specifically, I know, has trouble just ripping buttons for fear of missing and then wasting it.
Yeah. It's just what is that stupid Wayne Gretzky quote? If it really is his, you miss every shot you don't take or whatever.
Well,
I don't know if he really said that or not.
Also, I mean, cooldowns are cooldowns. If it doesn't get value, so be it. But you don't. You
can't
like you basically said you get 0 value by not using.
You'll never know if you didn't rip it.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So now, I didn't see when we turned in. I'm just gonna keep going. But I said we turned in, kind of with buttons. Okay, we still have buttons up. We're trying to clear their camp, which is good. We want to clear that so our webbers get value. Okay, but we're fighting into the spell armor is what I was gonna comment on. And so I don't know if I don't think we can.
see the Haka, so we could theoretically 4v5 here.
That's true. Oh, and now he walks in. That's a tongue. White main's trying to keep you up. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. And then.
I feel like we We don't do anything, so we just fight into a Vala like long and slow. I don't know.
Yep. So I said with you guys being all in, right? The only ult, not that Thrall's ult and Whitemane's ult aren't important, but like they're not important to your all in, right? It's like so to me, I see we want to clear this camp, which I agree. We need to clear this camp so our web weaver gets value. So it's like
my blizzard is bad, by the way.
I didn't get to look at it yet. That's fine. But like, so it's like we want to clear this, but we also don't want to force a fight because Raven's doing his job.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like it's like I think like this is. I agree. Anytime you get a free pickup on someone, at least force the issue. You don't have to always engage on it, but just the fact that like worst case you push him back into your team and you get out, right? But like,
I know where the blizzard goes. Yeah.
I said I'm like down here. This one you engage without your flip.
Yeah, and actually that's where my blizzard goes. I'm pretty sure I put it behind you.
Yep.
Yeah, I do. Thanks.
So that's one of the things is like we want to make sure that we're comboing our stuff together, and if we have a different CC healer for that kind of pick mode, this would work. But like since it's not pick and it's all in, you kind of get stuck in this spot, and then you didn't push. When did you push your button?
When he flipped the rod, the noob was like right in his face. He flipped.
That's when you push the button.
I flip, and then I see a noob dig, and I'm like, wait, they just use dig. I can slam them for free.
Yeah.
But it doesn't end up being anything.
I'm trying to see when you used your spell shoot here when you got engaged. Okay, yeah, you're getting engaged on. That's fine.
Oh, that button.
One of the things I was going to ask is there's a recurring issue of I'm off doing, like right now, doing something else, and then there's engagements being forced or allowed to happen due to positioning. I don't know if I can do anything. Like, do I need to be vocal, like more vocal? Like, hey, please don't engage. I'm not with you. Like, how do I?
That's totally helpful.
They just have to recognize.
It's a little bit of both. So like obviously, like those snap decisions, like when we look for a pick, like the 4-man can kind of handle their own snap decisions for like, can we do this or not, right? But like if you as a team like are communicating, we need to kill this camp, and you see more than 3 heroes, the first thing in your mind, even as a pick comp, is like, do we even want to fight here? Because if there's more than 3, say it's like the utility and the efficiency of pick goes way down, because you're throwing all your buttons at one hero, and then they're going to be throwing all their buttons back at you, clumping and engaging on top of it. So I think in this particular circumstance, obviously you ran back to get the minions pushed up, and so the team should be aware that you're doing that. And we can position, right? Like we can position to do something, but like we can't really fight in the spell armor. And so we might just have, I don't know, as I was going to ask, when did that turn-in happen amongst all of that? Because we were fighting down here, and it felt like as soon as like the fight was finished, all of a sudden the web weavers were up. And I was like, oh, we didn't have our lanes pushed out, right? Like, you can't get it perfect every time, but obviously the web weavers spawn where the wave is. So if we can at least make sure that the waves are neutral when we get our web weavers, then they're that much more effective. And then on top of that, Thrall won't have to be way back here trying to chase that.
Yeah. I guess the other question there is, should Thrall even go clear that? Like, we have our, at the point when we are fighting in the mid there, we have our mid and our bot lane are like middle of the like neutral lane and top. Is it worth us to try and de-push it, or should we just say screw top?
That's a fine call. If you think you've got an advantage, right? Because like, so we blew 2 ults down here, right? So we got our turn in. Vala's showing middle by herself right now. Right now, I don't see any advantage. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Right now, I don't see an advantage to forcing a fight middle here. Right? We're going past the 50. Right? We don't have our wombo. We're down 2 ults. Right? Like, I'm like, we if we're going to try and do anything off this turn in, since I already see Vala mid, like, I know our team doesn't siege very well, but I might just start sieging bottom.
Run at bottom.
Just so that way he can push top. Like, get it cleared out. And if they, answer this camp here, right, then you're 4v free. And if they just leave Vala middle, then you might be able to do something 4v4 or 4v3. Right? Like, it's hard because like I see this situation and I go, oh, their camp is up. I want to clear their camp. But like if we're turning in without the call ahead of time, or we're turning in without thinking what's the next step, that can be a huge improvement just to get everyone on the same sync, to be able to back up and look at the board state and be like, okay guys, like what do we do right here, right? Like I used to post screenshots to my team being like, hey guys, this is from a game last night, what would you do? Like remove the player names, like how would you play this? And we ended up getting in one situation every single player said something different, and I was like, wow, okay. Like, and so if you watch my team scrim, they probably are overly dependent on me because they'll sit there and like I was waiting for Rock to tell me what to do, and I'm like, don't do that. Like, I'm like, you guys need to move. But
well, what I was going to say is, what to his question, me going back to clear when mud leapers are obviously going to do that. Is there any value in doing that, or do we just deathball?
I would love to force something to try and get an advantage where you have it. The web weavers themselves, like you said, aren't going to do much, but it's also hard to know what, like one more CC maybe can get Hoku killed, but yeah, I personally would put 5.
My default mindset is go clear a lane as an offlaner.
And I think you're right. As I said, I'm like, that really is the default. Like Cav, I was listening to a clip from Cav the other day that he's like, it's like if you soak every lane, say it's like, and when one person dies, you back up, you'll never be further than 2 levels behind. And I was like, oh wow. So it's like, so you always have an opportunity to get back in the game, effectively. All right, so we're back to this one. That's probably all we can do. Okay, I was gonna say until the Hanzo arrow comes out. You guys must be calling or seeing something that I'm not, or at least maybe you guys use the white main ult differently than I would expect.
I think this was us. I remember Finn specifically being like, we have to engage on them. We have to do something.
Agreed. We're behind. They have turn in now, but like, so right here, like,
I should cue that?
No, I know. Fire Stomp is correct. You didn't know who was here. So Fire Stomping here, you now found where they were. So now the team can catch up and we can make a decision. Again, I see an arrow here. Right? If we're looking to engage, he can back up to here and fire that arrow. At least try and get the stun range, right? Because, shoot, stupid tooltip. You see how far he has to be to get the +1 stun? So it's like, it's one of the reasons why Hanzo is such a complex hero, is that to get everything fully optimized and perfect, it's a pain. So like,
I almost want to ask if we can run a game where him and I swap. Let me play Hanzo so that I can show him like what I do with the hero as an example. I know he doesn't want to swap him and I, but just for a game, just so that I can show him the way I play the hero.
I will say this is a kind of fairly unrelated comment, but it could be an idea.
I think the best thing for that is probably just drilling, like in quick match.
Even if it's not quick match, I would go either, I said, like either just memes and Cam just playing together and just practicing arrow apocs, because you have to have faith that the arrow is gonna land for your apoc to come out too.
Yeah.
And as the Hanzo, like I've always frequently I would just rip it and let them know, hey, this is going here. Do with it what you will. Like I've missed my share of arrows, but I have so many NGS games where I just hit 3, 4, or 5 man stuns with an arrow from halfway across the world.
It's like that. You almost got your finisher, right? Like I said, I'm like, you can be the finisher for that. Like you went, like I said, you're all in, right? Everyone threw their ults, and you guys got all the kills you wanted. So at this point here, always be asking, what's the biggest, bestest thing I can do with the time that I have?
Boss.
And it would be boss. So it's like, but it's really hard potentially to boss without the W4. Not that you're gonna get invaded on, but like just, it's like the
Not fast.
just, you know what I mean? I'm like just like the speed differential and what you can do. But I love that we got boss. So now that we got boss, this is the really hard thing. Really hard. Do we support it? Or do we use it as leverage? And I think, go ahead.
Well, I think we pushed with it, or we did push with it. But now, looking at it now, I could have taken that time to go deep push mid and even bot, and maybe they siege elsewhere as opposed to with the ball.
Yeah, if
So,
we fix all our lanes, get hella gems, and turn instead, it's pretty big.
So right now, you don't have your quote-unquote wombo, right? And so we talked about that we're not pick and we're a wombo. They're 5 up, and we've got homework. I don't mind supporting it, right? Like, say it's like we've got Hanzo vision, we've got stuff that we need, we can hopefully play safe, but I would not 5-man commit to this because there's homework to do. Right? Like, as much as we got a pick and we took something off the board, this is a great chance to stabilize the game, get us 13s, and then potentially exploit a weakness. Because to clear the boss, there's going to be a minimum of Vala, a noob, or Dahaka, right? Probably a noob. So Vala, a noob, and Anduin. There's going to be at least 3 people here to clear this boss. So if you can slow down their clear, which they have terrible clear, right? You're going to get value elsewhere on the map. And you might be able to find a rotational pick somewhere here where Thrall's fighting his 1v1s. Or you might be able to find something post at the turn-in defense. Because they're not going to pick up any gems while they're up here. So the gems are going to swing in your favor, especially if we pick up these ones and these ones. So, yeah, I wouldn't 5-man support it. I would definitely send at least Thrall off to go catch stuff. Oh, we don't support it at all.
I thought we did. Maybe I told you guys too. And okay, yeah, it was just delayed.
Yeah.
I think I remember being like boss doesn't get anything, and like if we push it, like they're gonna get value bottom.
Well, the thing is, we didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's always one of the hardest parts about stealing camps and objectives is did it do what we want it to? So like because we effectively killed 3 players. We got levels, which we needed. We needed levels. We needed XP. Right? We got 3 kills. We got a boss, which gives us some XP, but we got a wall. Right? Like with 3 dead, all 5 of us could have ran here and taken a wall. And then saved all that time that we didn't do boss. So if we're going to get the boss, we need to at least somewhat protect it in this instance. Right? There's other ones where it's not, right? You can get boss, and then the boss lets you get the turn-in for free, or the camp lets you get turn-in for free, but like, exactly like Raven said, we didn't get anything from it. And so it's hard. That's why I'm like, I don't think there's a very clear-cut, get boss, do this. It's, okay, if we take the boss, we need to get value out of it. Okay, so we're 13-14s. Did someone call we're looking for a fight here?
I believe I did. I was going to go on Vala, and I believe
Okay.
I do, if I remember correctly.
Yep, there it is.
But we didn't. We went elsewhere, and I was very confused at the time.
It looked like somehow Maev was in the bush right as you walked up to it. Let's see. So we clear the camp as a team, which we don't probably need the whole team to clear, but that's okay. So we see Vala's out of position. We call Vala. Yeah, you somehow you put max rage. You got the R clicked, and Maev's right there. If we're looking for the Maev, if we're looking for the Vala, just make sure the team's working together. Like I see someone turning in, and I see Meme's in position to help. I see Ulysses coming in, right? Like, because what ends up happening?
My positioning is janky.
This is. You're allowed to turn there. You have to be with the tank.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Yep, because now you're stuck.
Yeah.
Like, did we hit it? Yes, but now.
Nothing can happen. Yeah.
Yep.
That's my positioning.
So the cocoon comes out. That Raven's gonna live.
I think a big struggle in this game was that it doesn't feel like we have a clear plan with our engage.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know where it's gonna happen or when.
Yep.
I don't know if it was called. I
Mm-hmm.
may have thought, like, she's alone in the middle. We have the ability to rotate there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know, and we were talking about earlier that we need to start recording,
Mm-hmm.
recording games.
Yep. Go for it. Either way, like I said, I don't think it's a bad idea, but this feels like a very like Sonya Leap pick oriented type thing, right? Right, like where you get that positioning, you get something there compared to Thrall's displacement knockback type of engage. So, oh my gosh, this game goes on for another 20 minutes. What?
It's so long.
That's all right. We'll see if we can find some more stuff. So they're on their camp, obviously. 14-16s. I would love. I'm gonna take a guess that you actually don't lose a keep here.
I think top barely survives, if I remember correctly.
They like I said, your guys' wave clear is so much. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're fine. I'm like, your guys' wave clear is just so much better than theirs that they can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's like mid's dead, and that had a camp. And they went top, and this web weaver's dead. Like, the amount of unavailable, like, they're so brawly. This is not, yeah, this is not a tomb map, or a tomb,
This is another circumstance, I think, where, oh no, never mind.
That's right.
There's a lot of plays that look similar as this game goes on.
That's okay. To me, their heroes don't make sense for Tomb for me, but whatever. I'm like, for being such a wave clear and heavy map on pushing and structures, your best structure hitter is Vala. There we go. There we go. Look at that. That was a good arrow. See? We can do this. We probably don't get anything else, though. Our combo's down, right? So we can't do much.
It's just hesitation. Like, I remember from both you and Sim getting the feedback in the past that, like, our comp consistently is, like, we never do anything too early. We always do it too late. So, like, just being more confident and just doing... We have the cooldown, use the cooldown. Like, when the opportunity's there, just do it.
At least doing it
Then
together.
more.
This... Yeah, I was saying, like, we kind of...
Got offlaner noises.
See, this is one of those things that's really hard. I don't think there's really a choice there. You got the kills that you needed, right? You got the kills that you needed here. So we did what we're supposed to do. What we do after that.
Tongue? I think it is.
Yeah, this is a sad moment.
Oh, long tongue on 16. Bom bom bom. Dark Knight likes taking that. We played Dark Knight actually last night in Storm League. I think it ended up being a 35-minute Tomb of the Spider Queen. So.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah. All of our games last night almost went 40 minutes each one. It was unbelievable.
That's so long.
We had a 40-minute stupid terror match, the match before, and it was so dumb. But that's what happens when you're failing early and then you call back into victory. All right.
So right now they're on boss, and we can't do anything about that.
I was going to say, I'm like, even if they're not on boss, we have gems they don't. Right? So we really don't want, like, it's a weird thing where you want to fight, but you don't want to fight. Because if you go and fight them and give up your gems, you've lost a lot, right? Like, it's our comeback mechanic. But we also want to be able to get turn in or get map advantage because none of the buildings are down.
Something I really struggle with on this map is, like, I know it's quite difficult to do, is leveraging and putting enough pressure on turn-ins to get it to the point where your team can turn in. Because there's not really anyone on our team other than, like, maybe Hanzo with D who can safely turn on an OBJ. Because I'm not, like, Hanzo can vision it, and then he can turn, but no one else can independently turn.
So, what gives vision on Spider Queen?
Either people in bushes, vision tools. I mean, having wave pushed up.
Waves. So if we leverage our superior wave control, right, we should be able to see where most of their players are, right? And then when we can't see, we have Hanzo, right? We technically have Fire Stomps too.
Yeah, Fire Stomp too.
But
I feel like I did get a lot of Fire Stomp value for just bush checking.
Yep. And so, like, it's like I agree that in moments in dead space like this, you're like, I want to turn in, but I don't see them. How can I turn in? Well, I don't see them. Yeah, you're right. Like, we need vision. We don't want to walk into a bush and get killed. And so either we use those tools and pick a spot, right? Just pick one if we're going to force a turn in. And if they're there, all right, back up, right? Because as much as you're wasting time to try and turn in, they're wasting time standing there defending the turn in, right? So, like I say, because then if somebody tries to stall, I don't know how many times... like a new Barak specifically comes to mind where, like, he's like, oh, I can stall, right? He's got a Q as long as I E out. So it's like, so he goes to Q, he stalls once, and he's like, and then all of a sudden he gets collapsed on and can't push his E. And it's like, did you really need to stall? You're like, probably not. It's like I had vision of it, that's good enough, and just walking away for what you can and can't do. But, oh my gosh, is this another not supported boss?
Nope.
What are they doing? What is this call? What? Okay.
I think Hoku's standing. So.
That's okay. I said, I'm like, that's okay. Like, I understand that, like, you know, they cleared this, so your web weaver got nothing. Like, our web weavers aren't going to get much of anything. But, like, they had a keep. Like, this bottom web weaver wasn't going to do anything anyway. They want to 5v5. Yeah, I'm very confused. Okay.
Pre-20, maybe they're like, oh, we don't want to fight pre-20, let's just get 20.
That could be doable. Yep, as I say, I'm like,
This was entirely me trying to catch them and get the team to catch up, but they were just too far ahead.
That happens. And then we're looking to try and punish when they come to defend. We have a.
They're too close to 20, so we just have to be really careful.
There's still not 20.
See, this I like. Like, I don't know if that's why you picked Lightning Breath, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. When someone engages on top of Diablo, it's like, that's cool, fight me. I'm going to stand here and breathe on you. And the fact that you have both Whitemane and Hanzo for the cage or the bouncy house, right? Like, they can't do anything. So, like, you guys got a kill being down from that position there. I don't know what... I guess gems is the closest thing I can think of. I'm like, you can't really siege. You don't have sieging heroes.
No.
And, like, despite Vala being down... Yeah, again, we're second homework.
Pivoted, like it could have been Welly, Spinny Arrow, and Lightning Breath. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't get ring value once this game because it didn't feel like we had engage.
No, yeah, that's just hard. Like I say, I mean, it happens when we miscommunicate ults and we don't know what we're doing there. But like, I think you definitely have it if you went either way. But I think you guys are doing fine. Like, you guys are gonna come back in this game. They've misplayed their web weaver and their boss now, and so we got 20s apiece. So this is another weird spot, right? Because you want to turn in. They're short. We're both 20s, so the game has officially become a coin flip. It is 50-50. Both teams have hit level 20. So, you know, effectively anyone who wins a team fight can win the game at this point. So
we though? I don't think we can win. If we like, maybe
you can't go core.
Port's dead instantly.
Yeah, like if you win a team fight, if magically all 5 players are dead, I would take this building, take the wall, get the spiders.
Yep.
And then try and create this boss open lane so you can take boss on the next one. Right? Because you're right. You can't win off of one dead. They can easily come here and go core. But yeah.
Yeah, true. It's not quite 50, yeah.
So.
I should presume right now I need to be mounted and not in the wave at all.
I agree. Your spell wave clear isn't going to change the damage breakpoints. Yep. And so if you're able to, like, if you stomp up here and check or stomp down here and check, that's fine, right? Because you're kind of in your wave protecting your people. So we found the Dahaka, right? So that's good. So it's like, but as far as, like, being in the spell armor, like, if you're trying to protect it or collect this globe, that's fine. But, like, we really don't want to be potentially engaging from this angle because the only walls we have, this is the only, like, guaranteed wall. These ones here are going to be risky, and you'll be under towers. So, as they push up, so now we can look at the wall, right? Like, I love that the Hanzo arrow came to here because now we got it covered. And look at that, he dug top. He actually, like, he was just down here, and he dug top to come up here to get the flank. And I love that Raven's holding it, right? That's your job. You're holding that flank angle as the tank goes in. Long tongue missed. Yep, and we're neutral again. Whoop, whoop. We'll change to everyone vision here so we can see because you got blinded. But it looked like we... Was Raven peeling or did he see something?
I engage here, I'm pretty sure. Or we both do, actually, that's right. I'm pretty sure this Maiev is just not allowed to be here.
So, yeah, so you both saw the same thing.
Yep.
And so that's part of what you talk about where you get some whatchamacallit, anti-synergy things.
Don't mind me not breathing on Cocoon.
Oh my gosh. You guys got this? Oh, no! Yeah.
Vala exists.
So, yeah,
I feel like in the late game, if we don't engage on Vala, we just can't win the fight.
you definitely need to be able to blow her up before she gets her Sergeant Hammer self going.
So I have a Thrall specific question here. Knowing now that our comp is still dependent on our cooldowns, is level 20, aside from the impassable terrain, is level 20 Sunder actually worth taking here over like Bolt for positioning, giving me positioning over having an.
That's a tough one because because the other thing that's cool about your thing is that you get CDR. Right now,
Right,
it's effectively
Oh, I didn't realize.
you effectively get the ult twice as often. But if you're playing,
does that matter?
Yeah, I was like, if you're playing all in, it probably doesn't change anything.
I have a dumb question. Can Diablo slam terrain?
He cannot slam this terrain.
Nah, fuck.
That's a good idea. I personally would take Bolt here so I could get to the Vala, or I could make a play or get out when I've made a play. But I also make a lot of really foolish plays, and so you'll constantly see me doing dumb things, and every once in a while it works out. So.
Well, I play like you said, I play Thrall with the intent to flank.
Yeah.
Specifically with that ult because it's what it's best at.
I guess the question becomes, if you get terrain blockage on a hero, what hero do you want terrain blocked, or what does the terrain do?
Vala.
Right? It'd be the Vala. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get it, it's pretty big. Did they not support
this
this boss again?
We still have pull though. It's kind of like it's hard.
Okay, they didn't support it, but they got it anyway. We're forcing a turn in because we got gems and they don't.
Our lanes are toast though.
Yeah, this feels like a desperate turn in, but you know, if it helps you save the game, you know, it's like it's the best worst thing you can do. Like the main question, I guess, before we turn in there is are we worried about them turning in? Right? They have 50. So, do we think that we could fix our lanes to then get a turn in? Probably not. Right? They only need 10 gems. The waves are pretty far pushed in our favor, right? Like they're not going to collect any gems for a while. So, you could hold it. At this point, you're playing for Hail Marys. It doesn't really matter. So, turning in's fine. And then, because we have no buildings down, we have nothing down. Like, this is just, we're hoping for a miracle. So, we're all in on middle here.
I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. We just have to push mid and hope we, like, kill them all.
Yep. Yeah, we're definitely all in on mid here, just because it's the only lane that's going to get Web Weavers that value. They did the light bomb thing again. They mistimed that. They pop blank. See, like that Sunder there got tons of value. I don't think that arrow was far enough. You got kills still. I just want to quickly check. How far back was he? Because it looked like they instantly got up.
Worth saying that Cam is pretty new on the Hanzo still.
That's okay.
So, like, I'm sure it will
Yeah,
get more company.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here roasting him, being like, "Oh, how did you not do this?" Okay, he did back up.
He does run away.
No, he did back up. That was good.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it worked. That was a good arrow. Perfect. It looked like in the super fast mode, they looked like they got up instantly. So I was like, "Oh, was he too close?"
Like 100 HP.
That looks good. You got your wombo. You siege now. You just do your best to get a keep. Ideally, you'd like another kill, but if you can, get a keep. Boss should be up soon too. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. They took boss top. Checking. No Maiev. Sergeant Hammer things. They have poor clear. We do have Sunder back up. So if you might be able to CC train this person to death. Oh no, there should be a pull. Oh, you got him. There you go. That's exactly what I was thinking. There you go. Just got to keep forcing. Yep. Keep forcing. It feels weird because you guys don't have a like Vala or a Grey main, but just keep forcing.
I could Q there, the hard but I didn't.
Oh. Oh no. Oh. White main OP. Almost. Hey, you got the building. 1 for 1. Yeah. Stay on it. Stay on it. You got. Oh, the stun. Good job, Ulysses. Good job. And you guys win. GG.
So no, we don't. So I think we called off this core push, or is it? We didn't win this game, did we?
No, we lose this
No,
game.
we didn't. I'm trying to remember how this goes.
I think Sergeant Val just eats us.
Oh, we're
I
chasing.
also fat finger this button. I need to press.
Yep. Now we're dead.
Oh
Yep.
right, no, I do recall that because I made the comment. I said, "Why, we should be all in on this."
Yep. Oh well, that happens. But like,
oh wait, this is cool though. There's a. Oh yeah.
we'll go to it. I just want to see health and positioning.
It's cool, as in like, yeah, it's like the sad shit is already happening. So
Okay, so I also didn't realize that you don't have your healer.
yeah, we lose healer instantly, and that's the 1 for 1 is like pretty bad because we lose white main, so it's kind of impossible to core with the Vala.
Yeah, it's gonna be really. It's not just into the Vala. It's the without having heals.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't really
That means that you guys some like we don't have a wave here yet. I still think you have to try because you've got 2 people down for 70 seconds, 60 seconds here. Like you have to at least, but I think you guys do need to make a decision if it's going to be core or 1 more. Right? Like either way you need to be playing aggressive here, but you need to be in sync. And so
well, yeah, and that's me and Bristol had 2 different ideas on that. So that was I don't know what the communication was, but
that's okay. It happens. I guess I'm like, cause yeah, like
Oh, if you
no,
hit
actually,
that.
I went to follow you, so actually, no, never mind.
So
So actually, it wasn't a split between us; it was a split between Backline and you. And
yeah. So
I don't. Can we watch back my button usage there?
sure.
I maybe troll my micro here.
I think. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I do think you missed the engage, right?
So another talent thing, right? So if you're at full souls right now,
Yeah.
you're about to get a globe.
I have that. I'm.
You would be like 75% health.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we can watch your button usage here. So we'll go slow.
Like I don't have a way to cue her.
Yeah, you just grabbed it and tried to get it. Yep.
yeah, she rolled out.
That's fine. Okay. What was the cool thing you saw over here? Let's just see that.
Oh, it's not too cool. It's just Hanzo's getting murdered, and then I just burst. We just burst her. I comment, and then we just. Which was kind of cool.
Oh no!
Oh, I remember this.
The derpy dinosaur.
Oh, fuck.
Run, dinosaur, run. Oh man. Yeah, you did there. Okay. All right. GG's. So
He's still alive.
You're done.
So I think big picture, right? Like you guys had a great opportunity to come back, despite having wrong talents, despite butchering some engages. You played your win condition in the end, and you almost pulled it off, right? Like so, I was like, so definitely keep up at it. I think it's right there. Just work on specifically, like at load in. We should know, at worst case, at the gate opening, we should know any key talents, any key ultimates, and what we're trying to do for our win condition. Because if you have those 3 things in mind, they'll dictate how we play. Right? If we knew we're not fighting till 7, right? Like you guys would have had a huge wave clear advantage over them, and then maybe could look for a pick at 7 instead of being even / behind to where they got the first turn in, and then we were looking for kills still after the first turn in, and ended up getting them 2 forts, right? Like they got both the forts pre-10, and we don't come online till 10. So just being able to change that.
I've never put much thought into when talents gift advantage outside of like that's something I'm trying to learn in the offlane in my 1v1s, but overall how do you look to recognize when your comp versus their comp shifts that?
Has like power spikes or different things that are there.
Right,
So,
I know individual hero power spikes, but looking at it as a bigger picture is not as simple.
I think it's just I think some of it's practice, and then some of it's specifically knowing matchups, like you said. So like into Joanna, right? If you take taunt Varian, should Varian ever be able to get Joe? Probably not. But post 13, I'm running at Joe every chance I get. And so in the same way, like I know that Jaina's gonna have root on 16, right? Or minus
also,
armor.
Maiev is very, very strong out of the box, and I think Hanzo just isn't.
I agree. Hanzo's power spikes are I think it's 10 and 16.
Yeah.
So
like I think one of the ways we've been misplaying Maiev historically is that we've actually played too conservatively in the early game, and she doesn't scale as hard as a lot of other heroes. So like if you do get your early, you can just kind of run the map early with Maiev, I think, especially on a map like this where she's just so scary around the turn-ins.
I agree that she's scary on the map, but you need to make sure that someone else on your team has got clear. Like I would if you had Joe with Maev here, like instead of a noob, you have Joe. This is scary because now their waves are covered, right? And Maev can sit in the bushes and wait.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and then when Joe pulls people in, right? Because we're trying to clear the waves too. When Joe pulls people in, Maev can jump in and tether and is getting free resets on 2 or 3 players.
Oh my god! Wait, it's a full E build.
Yeah.
She only took Q percentage 16. That's crazy. Nobody takes full E build.
It's the style build, man. I got a style on you. So
no, style build is W. What? Nobody takes full E. That's crazy.
It's
Who's
fine.
taking full E? So weird. So she took E percentage even. Like she took everything. Weird.
Maybe the Diablo, that's fine.
Blink gives
You can engage
crazy.
into the Diablo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean
in the.
So, I'll quickly look at talents again. I'm not a white man expert, so I'm just gonna assume good enough. You took cleanse, which is the #1 important thing. So good job. Jaina things. You took double. I don't like double mana here.
Why? Because I'm the one that told him to do that.
You're.
I didn't say
It's
anything. I didn't say
it's
anything.
AA Vala and AA.
Okay, so specifically
Maev.
for this.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because
I thought you
like
just were saying in general.
especially
Frost Armor 4.
I would Frost Armor 4 here, knowing
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
thought
playing
about
into
Okay,
AA Vala
I
and
told
then
you
I
that,
have.
so never mind. I take that back.
No worries.
That's fine.
I thought about it. I think we like all talked about it actually at the start of this game.
Yeah, the Jaina.
Yeah, I think like literally like we were all like, oh, we're not sure. So it was on the fence.
Ice Flows is gonna get so much value this game. I didn't get to watch it, but like anytime I have engages, that'll be like 2 people clumped, so you should be getting value on that all the time.
Yeah, it did.
And then you went Ice Shield, which is funny because Ice Shield is what I would normally take with Water Elemental. But
yeah, for dual, yeah.
Yep.
So we've had that conversation too.
Yeah.
When do you take Ice Barrier over?
Icy Beans.
Because Ice Beans is such an powerful talent.
Yeah, it's usually what I would take. I've only recently started playing around with Ice Barrier.
So the 2 differences in it is A, do you push the button correctly?
Yeah, like I feel like I'm comfortable on that. Actually, I'm not scared of the button tax. I'm not picking it because of button tax.
And then the other thing to look at is you have to have a scenario where you're going to do it. So like with Ring, you can easily do it because you can get 3 blizzards off.
Yeah.
You know, it's like and then or sorry, 2 blizzards and 3 E's off with no cooldown reduction. So it's like so at 16 when you root and you've got the button, you can delete any player. Like if they don't have help, you just delete them between those.
Honestly, I think I picked it because I wasn't confident that we were getting engages. Which is just really sad.
No, that's okay.
So you could realistically take Ice Barrier when you expect that the fights are going to last longer.
Yep, 100%. Because it's like the whole deal is that it lets you fight longer. Like Jaina is technically a carry. It doesn't feel like it, but Jaina is actually a carry. Most
she can kill the whole team.
Yeah. So taking something that helps your carry survive longer is not bad, especially when it's got split plinko damage type stuff. Like I don't know. I said like if you cannot consistently get Ice Vein value because we're not womboing or because we're not able to land our stuff, this is just guaranteed health.
It felt like I think at some point during the game, even I can't remember if this only happened afterwards or during, but at some point we communicated that our engage was only going to work as counter engage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at that point I was like, I need to live long enough for that to happen.
Yep. No, it's
So
good
the
to
other
pivot.
question about that talent: does the timer
reset
when you gain additional?
damage.
Yeah.
It
Or
does.
is it 4 seconds?
I'm pretty sure it does.
I think it does. I think you can get like a stupid big shield actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can get a big shield, but the question is, does the original shield stay?
Oh yeah. So but I mean I think it stacks, right?
It stacks,
right,
but it might not
stack,
stay.
But will it fall off once that particular damage has expired?
Oh, or does it reset? Yeah, that's what I think it does stay, but I'm not totally sure.
So basically, you just do damage, wait 3 seconds, do more damage, see if it gets smaller.
Yep. So if I throw a Q, 1, 2, nope, that's a friendly.
Wait, why are you not getting shields? Oh, there it is. It has to be to shield targets, right?
Yep. Oh, I mistimed it. Okay, let's toggle cooldowns.
Yeah, just toggle fast, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, will that fuck up the shield? Probably
Well,
not.
no, I just need to make sure I use it correctly. Okay,
Yeah.
so if we go 1, 2,
It doesn't drop off.
no.
It doesn't drop off, no.
So
you could keep that up.
yeah, you could
it's gonna
specifically.
definitely stack now if you keep doing the damage, right?
Yep, as long as you keep hitting frozen targets,
yeah,
you'll.
it's crazy. I really like it.
I feel like that synergizes with the physical armor 4. Because if that one makes it so that if anything auto attacks you, they get chilled. And if you don't have any cooldowns, if you used all your cooldowns and you have no way to refresh it, and you can't hit.
Yeah, you'd get a Q.
Target.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
And
your
have-
water
then you have
elemental
another
or.
chill or refresher.
So.
Is Frost Armor, is it only heroes or is it anything?
I think it's
the
here.
13. Sorry, the shield.
The shield. I think
anything.
it's anything.
Anything.
Any chill targets.
So if you have the
Building.
4,
Yeah, you can.
I'm
hit
pretty
any-
sure the 4 activates on minions.
That's hero.
It says enemies that is it just hero?
Yeah, it's heroes.
The physical armor is, but I don't know if it's.
Oh, it says enemies that attack
that
Gen are chilled.
Gen are chilled.
Well,
I
let's
think
go.
it's,
Let's go look at a
that's
boss.
Wait,
It's
would
a
it chill the
niche.
fort? What's not gonna chill the fort?
No, it would be minions. And
It'd be minions and mercs, so it'd probably chill the boss.
Elite's usually immune to that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, so maybe
Well, it's
some
immune
minions.
to slow, but it's not immune to chill, right? Because she still combos.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that should be good. All right, come here, boss. Hit me. Yeah,
He's chilled, yeah. Cool.
I don't think I could ever solo boss as Jaina, but
But maybe with the shield.
so
I don't think so.
cool. All right. Well, that'll do it for me, guys. I appreciate you guys
Thanks
checking
so
in and
much,
hanging
guys.
out. Yeah, and I think
Appreciate you giving all the time. Thank you.
no worries. Yeah, and so I think just like I said, a little bit of what you guys are already working on as far as your spreadsheet of what you want to play, what you want to do, really helps shore up some of those indecisions, as well as gives you the right focus of what you want to practice. And obviously, Cam's not here, so no super flamed. Mr. Ulysses is a great dude. Just fire those arrows, man. Give a shot. Take a shot. So, all right.
Yeah.
That'll be it for me. Rock out. Catch you later.